Look, not everything comes back to the Pringles can, okay?
Everything does come back to the Pringles can.
Alright.
Pringles can is infinite. Pringles can is eternal.
The Pringles can suck your dick.
Look, after...
The problem is not getting the Pringles can to suck your dick. It's getting the Pringles can to stop sucking your dick.
So, 3
Getting
arcs
there,
after...
That's not the hard part.
I just zoned back in. Why is everyone offering to suck each other's dick?
3 arcs after we finish beating Yugi, since this is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfiction, we're going to learn that it all is tied back to the Pringles can.
Hold on. Rewind. What was that first bit?
So the next arc, Derek, we all realize we're ancient ancestors of a distant, what is it, a pharaoh? And reincarnations of them.
Sam at one point claimed, and I can't remember what the context was to save my life, that this was somehow an elaborate Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfiction.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfic where we all do card games to go back in time and stop fate from ever being written.
I don't think that was it, but let's go. Okay, so...
I prefer this to be a Beyblade fanfiction.
So speaking of Edge, we cut back to the flotilla where... propulsion. No, wait. Was it Carronade or propulsion? No, it was Carronade shaking Salazar's
Sal
hand.
Senior's hands.
Deal is struck. Money for blood.
What?
12,500 credits each for each fight. Now that being said. Okay. Sorry, I had to... he's going to nod and go, well, in that case, we have a probation... We have a report of a raid coming in about an hour. If you'd like to stick around, feel free. If not, we should be able to repel this one pretty easily. I believe my son did mean to speak to you outside, if you'd be so kind as to indulge him. If not, I understand completely. He seems like he's offering you offering the door. If you have anything left, he's not shooing you out, but...
What if we want to live here?
That can be determined once the raiding situation is done. Currently, most space is used for battlements, we'll say. Fortification. Basically, until the battle, until the fights are over, they're not really discussing civil matters. And from what you've gathered, Sal Senior isn't the civil guy; he's the war guy.
Well, let's just go talk to the son. Just so that he's not gonna be an insufferable dick the entire time we're here.
Okay.
All right, you guys step out of the office. You see Sal Jr. sitting on a milk crate across from a child disassembling a pneumo rifle. Both of them are smoking. The child is staring down.
I heard that smoking gives you a small penis. I light a cigarette.
He just walks in and starts a conversation like that. I just sat down.
You see the kid disassemble a pressure tank, just dead-eyed staring at you. Oh man.
And that within 2 miles of the wharf, Weezy will kill you.
If I prevent this kid from smoking from that, I think I've won, right?
I don't think this child cares about the size of their penis.
Let me do a stability check. We're gonna see. All right.
That's a statement.
You see the child. Actually, roll a persuasion check for me, real fast.
Okay, I have pretty good persuasion. I gotta go down to the right character, actually.
Damn it, Seth. I was going to say the deepest.
Apparently don't pay rent to you either.
Sam, what would be better, 2 10s or 4 7s?
This kid rolled 0 matches. So he's just gonna like mull it over for a second. You're gonna see him stop assembling the pneuma rifle. Just take out the cigarette. You see him mutter, "God fucking damn it," and throw it into the river.
I
This kid's like 8 years old. Sal Jr. is gonna like look around, realize he's the only one smoking, and just surreptitiously put
No,
out
no,
the
no.
cigarette, put it back
I
in
lit
the
a cigarette
case.
after I said that, Sam.
Oh yeah,
I
you
lit
did. He's gonna look confused. Still put out the cigarette, put it back in the case, and just be like, "All right."
Yeah, I don't know where to go with this either. I think at this point our professional experience is now sullied.
Oh, we were supposed to talk to this
Chris
guy?
needs to. I think Chris needs to follow that up with, "I didn't say it was a bad thing."
So, hi. My name is Salvador. Sorry, that penis comment just out of nowhere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were the person we were talking to. I thought we were going to talk to someone else, but I saw 2 people smoking, and I thought I'd warn them of the dangerous side effects of cigarettes.
Okay.
First experience,
so-
I guess.
Good Samaritan.
You know, I was really worried you guys were the professional mercenary type, but I can kind of see that's not the case. So I feel a bit better asking. You didn't cut a deal with Salazar,
Oh,
did you?
he's the professional one.
Hello.
No.
Oh. Did you cut a deal with Salazar?
Your dad?
Yeah.
I cut something. That something was indeed a deal. However, I'm not here to sit on my ass, drink beer, and collect money every day until there actually is a fight. I'm just here to collect money when there is a fight. So I'm not going to drain your economy.
My favorite part of that was just...
He's going to look mildly comforted by that and go, well, that's pretty good to hear.
I, on the other hand, will be sitting around collecting a paycheck, draining money from your economy.
So it looks like
That wasn't the deal. Were you listening to the deal, Amp? We
No.
get paid per fight.
Oh, fuck. That's the worst thing.
so.
I usually get paid before the venue, and then I just don't show up sometimes.
That's
When I
what
don't
I like
feel
to
like
call a dick move, and how you don't get repeat customers. You get repeat customers by being a professional and doing your job right.
So, with the yelling and the kid no longer having the cigarette to keep his hand stable, he's going to just nick his finger on a piece of the pneuma rifle. You guys are going to see, Caronade specifically is going to see this because his sense is just passively good enough to see this. A drop of blood is going to hit the ground, and you guys are going to see 2 iron lances spike out of it, one impaling Sal Jr. in the chest near the heart, and one going straight up through his jaw and out just underneath of his eye.
Oh, fuck!
A rat.
The kid, you can make a perception check if you want to try and get more info, or
Yes.
you can.
I am very confused. I would like all of the information, please.
All right. While you're making that, you guys can make empathy checks to read Sal Jr. or the kid. You can make perceptions checks to
I don't have good
see
perception.
what's going on, or you can make like a scrutiny check to try and figure out specific details about the environment, or you could make an athletics check to pick up a Sal Jr. and just run.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna give you guys a second. We're gonna cut to the bridge of the spirit of the unknown. I got it right that time.
Yes, you got it right that
Okay.
time.
I felt the word tomorrow forming in the back of my throat and had to fight it down. I don't know why.
Spirit of Tomorrow Unknown.
That is an entirely different captain of an entirely different ship of an entirely different genre.
He's
But
actually-
I'm sure he's out there.
He's actually a rival of Captain Dumont.
Captain
So-
Desmond.
Desmond.
Captain-
Assassin.
Captain Daryl.
So, you guys have been recently teleported by the incense talent leading Shrimp Town with his token of appreciation. You're
Captain
about
Dumont is very
halfway
miffed.
back to town already. When Charlie sees a power activate on the bridge. What is your passive perception? It's 4 hard dice?
It is currently 4 hard dice, yes. I was literally looking at that and trying to decide if I wanted to bump it up to 5 before the session started. I regret not having done that now. But continue.
So, I'm going to say your C Powers knocks a die off of his passive stealth. You notice a man in a heavily modified Hive outfit just reclining on the baby grand piano Mr. President was using to give his orders to the soldiers.
Oh, is that still around?
Yeah.
Okay. I am not going to act like I see him. I'm just going to kind of ignore his presence. And where are the others?
Captain Dumont is angrily playing the violin in his quarters.
Okay. I am going to keep an eye on this guy and go to the captain's quarters.
Captain Dumont is wearing a bowler hat and a tweed waistcoat and is playing the violin angrily.
I can only imagine him looking like Leslie Nielsen while he does this.
I'm gonna knock on the door, and when that doesn't get your attention because you're too like deep in playing, I'm gonna.
Captain Dumont will make one final angry screeching on the violin and hurl it out the window. Yes, my friend, what can I do for you?
I'm gonna like shut.
So,
Oh God!
Captain Dumont sees Charlie and a Hive officer directly behind him.
Oh, you can see him.
Captain Dumont will transition from what can I do for you, my friend, to draw pistol fire in the same action. Wait, does Captain Dumont know about the Hive? Does he know what they look like?
Well,
you didn't see any of the overseers. You only saw the slave brutes, I believe.
So I would
so-
not recommend.
so
You can
I'm
make
going
this
to.
streetwise.
No.
Okay.
No, I got something. I'm going to. So he's standing behind me, right?
Yes.
No, Charlie has 360-degree vision, so I'm fully aware of this, right?
Tell you what. Well, how many hard dice do you have in sense? Or wiggle
In
dice?
sense, I have 3 wiggle die and 4
You know what?
hard dice in perception.
Yeah, it takes literally a miracle to sneak up on you. So as soon you noticed him right as you knocked on the door, he was just suddenly there.
Okay, so I'm going to with Dumont with like eye contact with Dumont. I'm going to like do finger guns, turn it, and kind of point at the guy behind me and do the like pull the trigger thing.
And Captain Dumont is gonna start blasting.
I'm going to two blast this guy.
Started blast.
Actually, no. I'm going to power drain this guy because I have glass in my pocket
I
at all
was
times.
actually kind of hoping that you didn't know he was behind you, because I was going to have Captain Dumont say, "What can I do for you and our new friend?"
I was
He just
Yeah.
completely let everything go to hell.
way on the spirit of the unknown must be terrible. I'm imagining like the crew catches and fucking eats you.
No, you get press ganged usually.
Oh, that's even worse.
You want to be on the spirit of the unknown? Oh, you're going to be on the spirit of the unknown permanently.
This fucking binding ritual. You take out a branding iron that reeks of brimstone.
Actually, no. I'm gonna shoot this guy with my wrist bow.
Yeah, guns.
All right, I'm gonna need width on both of you guys because you have a hell of a penalty to overcome here.
Okay.
Now, do I because I can see him?
Not a penalty, but just give me a roll here.
Okay.
So
Speaking is hard after a couple of weeks.
Fair.
one thing that I wasn't sure of reading the rules is this is built as a power, but it's also like kind of a weapon. Do I use a skill or a statistic with it trying to hit, or how does it work?
Use the powers dice pool. If you wanted it to be a skill, we could do that, but we would need to build it
I'm
differently.
inclined not to. I'm inclined to just let it be a power. I just wasn't certain how.
So you have to add operational skill if you want to use a skill with it. Now, operational skill is a +0. So
It's
Okay.
a really bad extra, but it's sometimes worth if your skill is massively better.
Right. Let me pull up my dice roller. And you need width, correct?
Yep, I just need a roll. I need to know what your width is, and Seth, I need yours as well.
I'm still glass training him since that's a contingent.
Okay, it's going to take a few rounds to build it. We'll say he's at 1 right
Yep.
now.
That would be 6 5s with 2 speeding bullets and 1 go first.
That would be 2 10s, 3 4s. I'm not sure which of those is better.
So I don't know if speeding bullet or go first stack onto that, but that is a width of 6.
So speeding bullet means that he needs a coordination of at least 6 to be able to dodge this attack. Certain powers can get around that. Go first means that he can just kind of... Your attack will go before defenses of an equivalent width. That being said, what you guys are going to immediately notice is that Seth, the second you fire the bolt, he is just going to be on the other side of you. And
I have... So it's width of 3, and I do have go first. 1 level of go first.
Cool.
Let me just post the standard bolt in here.
He's going to use 5 of his 10 gobble dice, and then he is just going to not teleport past Captain Dumont's bullet. He is going to just move out of the way. Like, he's just going to step to the side and dodge it. You are
Okay.
That tells you 2 things immediately. 1, you are dealing with layered defenses. 2, it means this man has at least 6 coordination. He is going to put up his hands and say, Look, I understand we're not the most popular, but hear me out.
Am I
Lie
there?
detector is running.
Can someone give me a quick rundown again on the Hive and why we don't like them?
They're slavers.
Gotcha.
I don't think we need... They have other issues, but I don't
Not
think we
the
need
British
to say that.
kind of slavers, which is what Captain Dumont likes, right?
I am gonna roll to find out whether Captain Dumont listens or not, because I don't know. I think I'm gonna need...
Is my character there?
I'm gonna need a match
You
on 3
definitely
dice.
heard the gunshot going off.
All right, I'll come.
That
I'll
is
start coming down. I'll run down.
not a match on 3 dice. Cap?
So normally that would be like... It would be like a stability check to see if you can maintain your edge or grit.
I have 3 hard dice in stability. This was not for mechanical. This was because I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what choice Captain Dumont makes here.
That's fair. All right.
Captain Dumont does not listen. Captain Dumont will say, "Certainly, you can say anything you'd like as long as you stand still." And fire off another. Actually, can I use... What would I use to be able to fire either repeatedly or...
So you would use
You would need
multiple
spray.
actions with. If you have spray, you can use that. If not, we're going to do multiple actions. That's going to be. You're going to take your dice pool. You're going to subtract 1 for every action you want to attempt.
So if I want to do it twice, then I'd subtract 1 die from each.
Not from each. You're going to roll the 1 dice pool you have for your blaster, right?
Okay.
You're only going to roll that 1 dice pool once. But if you have 2 sets, or you have 2 wiggle dice, you compare it with 2 numbers, and you get 2 shots.
Gotcha.
So
In that
you have
case.
2 wiggle dice and 3 normal dice, was it?
No, I upgraded this like 2 sessions ago. I've got 4 wiggle dice and two regular dice.
Okay, so you can just take 1 penalty dice, and you can just pretty much get 2 attacks with 3, is what I'm hearing. Because you would take 1 normal dice, they get subtracted first, you would roll the other normal dice, and you can split that remaining dice pool up into 2 attacks however you'd like.
Okay. Oh. Wait, we're rolling d10s. I was rolling d6s. Okay. So I will roll 1d10. 7. So I'll do 2 10s and 3 7s.
All right. For the 3
Zap,
seconds,
zap.
you're going to see him teleport directly in place. And in a way that Charlie, at the very least, can tell is pretty much... He can tell it's absolutely intentional. He is going to just take the shot to the head. And you're going to see like a solid chunk of his skull caved in. You're going to hear a breaking of glass near his thigh, and you're going to see it start to regrow. So the condition is I don't move. I can accept that.
Capital.
Mr. President
Dumont has some
bursts in
stress to work
as
out.
you see this, like half of this main skull fly off.
You know what?
And Captain Dumont shouts "Capital" as it happens.
You know what? I'm gonna listen to what he has to say. I'm still probably gonna end up wanting him tossed off the ship, but like, he just stood and took 2 shots to the head. I'll listen.
You can do that while Captain Dumont practices his speed shooting skills.
What is Mr. President going to say when he sees all this?
I can see him. Is he?
Yeah.
Because I have really bad perception.
He's not stealthed anymore. He is active.
Oh,
That was
jump
just
off!
that was just when he came on.
Jump off the ship, and I tell him, "Hey, Hive guy, jump off the ship."
All right.
I think we're only like 4,000. Sam,
How many hard dice is it?
1 second. I gotta scroll back from my. I'm
Isn't
pretty
it
sure it's
10 and then chained like 5 or something?
That's like
Does
that's like his stability.
I have an important question, Sam. Does this man know who Captain Dumont is?
You'll have to talk to him to find out.
I hope he does. After all, the arc of the narrative universe bends towards adventure.
All right. I do get to roll 5 dice, so I might gain a willpower. All right, Sam.
Actually, better question. Does Captain Dumont know who this man is?
Okay, how do we determine how it triggers again? Do you have to roll anything? I forget this specific.
No.
It just happens.
So I will read you the ability, or maybe I'll just post it.
Sam, it's 7 chained to 2.
This man teleports off the bridge. You see him floating outside of the window, beginning to fall.
All right, we did it, guys.
Job well done.
Excellent work, gentlemen. I think that was another glorious enemy
All
destroyed.
right, read the ability though.
Yeah.
Hey, so important thing on the way down, I want to try and turn a piece of his shoe to glass and continue draining him.
Read the ability, Derek.
Yes. So the arc of the narrative universe bends towards adventure. 2 hard dice. Useful. Always on, uncontrollable, permanent, subtle, stat requirement mind +2 to tell that there's something wrong. The most insidious enemies of a story's pacing are otherwise reasonable questions like, who are you? How did you get in here? I need to see your authorization. Or, there's no such thing as Her Majesty's Royal Airship Corps, I'm calling the police. In the presence of Captain Dumont, such relevant concerns fade into the background. Paperwork, digital records, even memories all adjust to accommodate the story. An individual with high enough sense may be aware that something isn't right, but won't be aware of exactly what is wrong. Note that this doesn't just work in Captain Dumont's favor. Upon interacting with him, his enemies will become aware of their enmity towards him, bounties will retroactively have been placed, and blood feuds will have been sworn.
That fucking rules. It's like
Oh, it has uncontrollable. I don't remember if I mentioned that.
It does. Yeah.
character creates his own backstory around himself. It fucking rules.
So on that victory, we cut back to.
Wait. I wasn't sure if he was teleporting back in or not.
You just see him disappear over the horizon of the viewing glass.
Another glorious
I
victory.
look at Getsu. How high up are we?
I don't know. How high up are we?
I don't think
Above the
it-
cloud layer, at least.
I'm getting a.
Oh no, that guy's gonna be a schmear.
Any damage done to him gets transferred to a slave via the glass breaking. I'm going to assume, based off of the healing thing and the glass breaking.
I like to think that Sam had a plan for the hive to work with us, but we just fuck that. Get yeeted, son.
Hey, so do I see him land?
No, he's just falling. His arms are crossed. He's very relaxed.
Yeah, but like, do I see him when he lands?
It's going to be another couple of rounds before he lands. We are
Okay.
going to
You
cut.
start turning all of his clothes to glass, then he'll be less worried. Then he'll be more worried.
We're going to cut to the elevator going down to the dark rooms. Propulsion and Bill with Animal and Jeremy. This elevator is going down much deeper than anything else you've seen in this part of the city. It gets to the point where you stop going through concrete and docks and you go through these massive well-lit panes of glass, seeing the underwater ruins of the city and fish swimming around you guys.
Well, at least it's lit.
I didn't think this was down here.
Yeah, most people don't. Animal chimes in. He's leaning against the glass, kind of looking at it. You're going down pretty fast, so we can't touch it. He's just gonna look and go, we had to build it pretty deep down. You see, I wasn't really part of them at that time. And you hear an echo in his voice as he says, the Midnight Crew, as if whatever is obscuring that name is deadened down here. Got out of 5 points. The Reich paid Verbal King to do what is called dead naming them. The name lost all of its connections, and so did some of the. He stops himself from saying fops and says, some of the people that had connections to this world had, histories, names. That's gone when you're dead named, and when some of these people, when they're tied to that name as much as they are, you start falling out of sync with the rest of the world. You start falling through the cracks. Corey isn't the type to let go that easily, though. So he built this place for those of us that couldn't really come back, not until this is over. And as you go past the water, you're going actually underground. Like tens of stories beneath the water underground.
The instant we leave the water area, Bill looks noticeably more relaxed and the tooth stops glowing quite as brightly.
Is this place lit?
It is, by the tooth.
It is, but you don't see. It looks like it's lit by almost ultraviolet light because you start seeing, like, your skin becomes like that luminescent light purple. And for the first time, you notice like these white etchings on Animal and Jeremy. Animal, you see like sharpened teeth continuing past his lips. Animal markings around his eyes, claws drawn on his hands. Jeremy, you see handprints around his throat, face, arms. We use this place for training because some of the most experienced Midnight Crew members are here, but
I am terribly sorry. I'll be back in a few minutes.
okay. In that case, we're gonna cut back to the airship as the Hive guy teleports back onto the bow, laying down across the steering panel, going, "All right. Look, I am trying to help.
Hive people don't help. Strip naked."
Captain Dumont will start making impatient gestures to one of the crew, who will nod and grab one of the guns, which now, for no apparent reason, has an enormous crank wheel on the side that turns it in towards the ship's bow. And he will just begin spinning that sucker like mad.
Just let him talk for like
No, the plot. Listen,
30
the
seconds.
plot demands that he does.
Oh no, he has exactly as much time as it takes to spin this gun around, which is going to be. Hang on.
Well,
as long as it takes him to say his thing.
It is going to take 6 minutes.
Cool. You guys violated an international treaty. I'm here to stop a war."
See,
International treaties which endorse slavery are no treaties at all.
Hey, the hub
we
signed
should have
it.
let him talk.
I'm not a part of the hub, and that is not my problem.
technically, we're free agents.
Okay. You're free agents who work with Wheezy, the Fops, got free water for the hub. You have a shop established in their territory.
Sam, is he stripping naked?
You know what? You did say it. You do have hyper command, and he can't beat that roll. So he is like strutting, opening up his vest, twirling his helmet, throwing it off his finger.
Captain Dumont will jab Charlie. It is Charlie, right?
Yeah. Charlie gets to see like every atom of this.
Captain Dumont will jab
We just
Charlie.
wanted him to take his armor off so that when this bullet fires, he's definitely done. But this is like, I'm guessing, a nightmare for Charlie. He's like, oh God, I'm seeing a lot of that.
Captain Dumont will jab Charlie in the side and very, very loudly, like, you know, someone failing to be inconspicuous, say, "Who's Wheezy?"
He's a guy that runs the wharf. He's like a big business guy. Punctuates every sentence with a cigar. It's horrifying.
I'll look at him. I'm like, yeah, can't you see we're on the Spirit of the Unknown? Fearless adventurers. And I'll point at Captain Dumont.
Who will strike a pose and then go back to trying to encourage the crew to crank the wheel faster.
So, how exactly did we potentially break this treaty?
The hub has agreed not to use private military contractors or projections of force in claimed Hive territory, such as Shrimptown.
Well, good news. We're not private military contractors for the hub. We did it.
One of the crewmen will cheerfully pipe up, "I'm not getting paid!"
The hub did not contract us for this. We went there of our own volition.
Captain Dumont does not need to be paid to fight evil.
He's gonna stop to think about that, teleport away, teleport back with a chair and a bucket of water on his string as he's like gonna do
Wait.
that pose where like your back is arched and the water drops on you.
Sam, what is his artifact?
And did he teleport back to the same spot or a
The
different spot?
exact same spot.
Okay, then he's got 3 minutes to talk. You better believe I'm timing this.
Sam, quick question. What is his artifact then if he's stripped naked?
He's not stripped entirely naked. He's still stripping.
It's a process.
A
Chris.
good strip show takes a long time.
It's true.
Look. Even if I believe you, which I might, you're gonna have to convince the Hive. With his, like, throwing off the top layer of his armor, showing his fucking 10-pack, he brings out, like, illegal-looking summons.
Don't you guys have enough problems with, like... Isn't the Iron Legion gonna attack you guys? I mean, it's pretty well known knowledge at this point.
We have a guy that's entirely unable to lie. Can we just have him tell you?
Well, you can tell us at the hearing. Here are your summons.
Okay.
Why is this place suddenly a
Wait,
bureaucracy?
Sam, do these things look like they're gonna teleport us there?
I'm gonna see powers on it before I touch
It's
it.
just a legal notice.
Okay.
You can leave him there.
Does not acknowledge the authority of slavers and villains over him, much less their legal institutions.
All right.
You can leave your stuff here and teleport away then.
What? No! A minute 40. Keep him talking.
Derek is committed.
Derek is committed. You stand there for another...
Hey, wait. I want to read this before he's done, and I'm just going to start reading very slowly every word in this document. Making sure, if anyone can see the fine print, it's Charlie.
Sam actually read up a legal document.
I don't think he did, but if there's
Sam,
I
what
anything
is this
wish I
thing?
had more time this week, but
Sam, if you read an actual legal document, I'll take it to some of my lawyer friends and we'll find loopholes.
so
I could probably find a loophole.
Nishat has 4 friends taking the bar, so one of them will find a loophole in whatever you write, Sam.
This is just a legal summons. It's not an actual binding contract.
Yeah.
Or anything, so.
So you do notice some several interesting things in the declaration. One, them considering you agents of the hub is probably better for you because it offers you legal protections. This is all being done because your status as hub agents is unknown to the Hive, and they
I am returned.
actually don't want to start like an international incident. You know what? What's your scrutiny, Charlie?
An inner gang incident.
13? The
You
3
can
wiggle
tell
die?
that this is written in a way as in they act like this is not a form letter. This has been changed recently. Whereas before they may have just used this as an excuse to attack the hub.
There is a horrible clanging noise, and then an enormous coruscating blue beam blasts the guy in the face.
You hear a scream, and when the light fades, he is gone. There is no trace of him.
Another
Defeated
job
evil!
done, my friends. Captain Dumond will head down below and come back up with a bag of marshmallows and a bucket of graham crackers and chocolate. Or we're gonna make s'mores over the ashes of his cooling corpse. Or what's
So there
left
is
of
a
it.
pile of smoldering ashes. Charlie, unfortunately, you see him about 86 miles away on a nearby rooftop with a very slight singe across his chest going, oh, that was close. Do you share that and ruin the mood?
No, I don't.
If Derek had told me when it was closer, I could have said, "Hey, stay here and take all this."
Captain Dumond will plunk down the s'mores supplies and then realize that there's not exactly enough fire left to make them, and hold up his finger, pull an old style brass speaking tube over and say, "Sam, could you join us for a moment?" And
So while still reading the document, I'm gonna be like, hey, can you make mine? You're a lot better at making them than I am. Like,
Of
even if, how
course,
do I know
my
that?
friend.
Whatever.
Of course, my friend, I'd be honored to make you s'mores. And then the shambling, incandescent corpse of Sam McGee will join us for s'mores cooked over his ever-burning body.
You hear the engineering corps immediately panicking. The engine's dead! Keep the ballast lifted! Ah!
Ship will just stop and sort of coast there.
The crew's doing a good job.
I'm imagining everyone here is fucking roasting marshmallows over a dude who is permanently on fire, lying down in the French girl's pose.
Sure. Who is also roasting marshmallows over himself.
Ooh.
But
How
yeah.
decadent.
As Charlie's reading the document, you realize this is an opportunity created by the fact that you've sown discord in the hive, and they believe that they are about to be attacked. They don't want a two-front war.
Gotcha. Okay. That guy's still miles and miles away, right? Since he delivered his legal notice.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh, this, well, court summons are very annoying. This might actually be a good thing.
That's why I've never answered one in my life.
We're not gonna go do that. We gotta start a second war, right? We want to make them feel like they're boxed in.
Well, we might actually want to. It sounds like they're trying to not start a second war since they're already concerned about the Iron Legion. And, well, I'd rather them stay concerned about the Iron Legion.
The legal notice is in 1 week. Specifically 6.5 days.
Okay.
Do a colossal amount of damage in 1 week.
So,
Is that 1
This is
week
in
in
6.5
business days, or six and a half business days, or what? What are we talking?
so what this tells me, reading this, is that in 6.5 days, that's when the Iron Legion is going to raid the flotilla. I'm just gonna like
Cut back to the-
slowly look
Cut
to,
back to the
Javon.
flotilla. Cut back to the flotilla. What the fuck is going on?
You see, Salvador. Oh shit! There's people in the chat.
There's like, yeah, there's
shit.
4 whole people.
Hey, welcome to Hero Squad. It's a tabletop game. We're on session like fucking 50. We're in the middle of it. We'll try and explain as we go along, but we'll see how it goes.
No, we won't. Don't lie to them.
We'll never explain anything. Nothing gets explained. Everything is forbidden.
That's true. So we cut back to Sal Jr., sweeping his arm, breaking the iron spikes, impaling his chest and face as he throws himself off behind a nearby bank of sandbags.
Oh yeah, Sam, that perception check you wanted from me?
Yeah?
2 9s.
Okay. So you can immediately tell the kid looks horrified. He is not a suspect. Most of the people around you in the immediate area are also surprised or caught off guard. That lets you know whatever is happening is coming at a great range.
Alright, I'm going to... I forget what 7 dice... what I can get with 7 dice on body for vertical leaping.
You would need to find out who to go for first. You guys are surrounded and you are in an urban environment.
Yeah,
Where
I
skyscrapers-
wanted to, like, leap up to, like, a rooftop or something.
Okay.
Get the high
Can you
ground. I
leap
have a
10
cannon.
stories?
I don't know. What's
I grab the
7
kid by the
dice in
hand and I
body?
just start running.
No, that's like a 20-foot vertical tops.
Alright.
Yeah, they're in combat. It's kind of. You guys hear Sal Jr. For the love of God, get out of line of sight.
Of what?
I grab the kid and I dash behind a corner, I guess.
Okay. So, as you dash, you notice the pool of blood begin to fizzle. And... let's see here. 3, 2 3s, 2 8s. Okay. Your two spikes erupt out of the single droplet of blood. You're gonna take 3 shocking killing to the chest,
Wait, who?
and sorry, that's
Yeah, wait, who?
amp. Sorry,
No, I'm not.
why?
I have 5 hard dice and dodge
Okay.
and endless.
Do you want to miss the one going for your arm or for your torso? Because you can dodge one of them.
I will do the arm.
Wait, with only 2 matches, shouldn't he be able to dodge both?
There's
I
both
guess
sets of
extras,
3.
yeah.
Yeah, I can only dodge one of them. I've got 5 hard dice. I'd have to multiple action. Oh yeah,
And but
I don't beat them though.
you'd lose the hard dice when you do the multiple.
Wait, don't you just need to knock it down to 1 for it to fail? Or is that...
That's
Only
for
if you have
blocking.
interference.
That's blocking, that's not... Yep. My bad.
Now I will say, there are extras on this attack, and you don't need to do multiple actions with block. That's with block or dodge. You just kind of gobble dice as they come, but you need to beat their width. That's why interference is so good on defense powers. So I'm sorry, I checked my notes wrong. You're actually taking 4 shock and killing to the torso.
That's fine. I'm still fine.
You notice that your whatever this did to you, you are bleeding quite a bit. Every round, you're going to take 1 shock to the torso, and you'll need to make a check, either a first aid or an endurance check, in order to not bleed.
Can I do a stability because I have a high stability command?
If your command is high enough, you can substitute command for body to make an endurance check. What's your command?
My command's at 8.
I believe.
But I have stability of 9.
Endurance is for physical stuff. Stability is for mental stuff.
Yeah, but sometimes you can use like just your mental fortitude to shake this stuff off.
Yes, if you have 7 dice in command, you can use the command stat instead of body with the endurance skill.
I will use the command stat because I have 8.
Okay. In that case, make a roll for me. And what are you doing with the kid?
I'm just getting them around the corner.
Okay. The nearest corner would be behind the sandbags with Sal Jr.
Okay, and then I'm also gonna cast my healing on myself.
Okay. That'll be another.
Is that another round?
Yeah, because grabbing the kid would be
Because
an action, technically.
Yeah, plus I used the stability as well. So, all right, 2 10s. Or
Yeah, I believe you heal with and shock and killing with that heal, right?
it's 7 hard dice.
Oh, then yeah, you're completely healed up. You see Sal Jr. Take the spike of iron that's in his head. You see him bite down, puff out his cheek. The spike just shoots out, and he spits out a massive blood and iron.
Okay.
He immediately wipes it down and goes, "Okay, so it triggered when the blood hit the ground. I'm going to assume that's what we need to watch for."
Where's the nearest tower with a gun?
You guys are surrounded on all sides by about 7 skyscrapers. All of them have gun encampments of some kind because they're so close to Sal Senior. And there's also a suspended bunker in the air that used to be a diving bell that has a number of guns attached to it.
Okay. I'm going to go up one of the diving bell.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a little hand pulley elevator cart that's kind of used to get up and down. Carrying it, you're strong enough that you just start climbing it. Since we're going over 2 rounds, that's more than enough time for you to just shimmy your way up to it. What are you doing up there?
I am taking a look-see to see what the fuck is going on.
Make a perception check for me.
That's too easy. Width or height would be
Height
better.
would be better here.
2 9s.
So this is an incredibly bad situation. There are a number of the Sal's are pretty notorious people around here. Like, people know them. When shit goes down, people look. You're seeing people like slowly working their way over to the windows. People are looking down on the area. You do notice that looking down, the sandbags are at such an angle that if you're looking down, you can't see Sal Jr. or Amp. That might have been what he was talking about.
Ample realized that we are about to get paid. Oh man, this is a battle. Does that count?
Sure, Look, we need to focus on not dying. Here, he's going to take the piece of iron that's in his hands. He's going to bend it into an L shape. He's going to go, I have a trick. And the dowsing rod he just made is going to slowly turn towards one of the skyscrapers.
What? The dowsing rod?
Neat. He made it.
Oh,
that
shit.
loud.
I'm gonna heal him. Wait, is he hurt? I assumed he was hurt because he. Okay, yeah, I'll heal him for 7 hard dice.
All right.
Can I see
It has
which
engulf?
direction he's pointing?
You cannot see him at the angle he specifically picked a spot where you can't see him looking down. But that does tell you that he is at the very least aware that the threat is in one of the skyscrapers looking down on them. On that note, we're going to cut back to the elevator going down with Bill and Propulsion.
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
Bill and Propulsion on an elevator. Hello, it is I, Billiam.
Now,
Is that Bill's voice in your mind?
No. His name's Bayou Bill. Of course, that's not his voice in my mind.
so as you guys are going down the elevator, Animal continues to explain. Now, the issue with putting all of these forgotten people falling through the cracks in the same place is they kind of dragged the world down with them. We have to keep them down here because it's the only place safe for them to be. The area's more than a little weird. We
Everywhere's more than a little weird.
cannot escort you guys in, but we can open the door, so to speak. And you realize the elevator has stopped. You don't know how long ago. Sense of time's a bit off here. You are in a perfectly dark void extending out as far as you can see.
Can I use my electrical perception to try and get anything?
Absolutely. You see Propulsion, you see Animal, you see Jeremy, and then nothing as far as your eyes, as far as the sense goes. Not even power coming from the elevator. In fact, you don't see the elevator anymore.
I'm gonna light my hand.
As you light up your hand, you notice you are surrounded by what look to be about 6 fops. You like much differently dressed than the more utilitarian threads they rock now. Like, these guys are like full suits, tailored, professional looking hats, clean, and like white face paint on their face. The brims of their caps casting shadows over their eyes so you can only kind of see the bioluminescent reflection of their pupils and irises. Bill, as the darkness retreats from them, only then do you notice the electro-signatures coming from them.
What do I get?
Human, in a general sense, definitely stuff missing there.
Anything different about them anatomically speaking?
Not that you can tell. These guys are... It's like their suits are made of aluminum foil or like thermal shielding. It's hard to get a read on them.
Okay, the anatomy sense doesn't, as
I
written,
meant
doesn't
the
actually.
electro-sense, sorry.
Yeah, the anatomy thing is just a weird knowledge. I just know that.
Okay. In that case, You immediately are hit with the humans do not have the reflective thing in the back of their eyes. Only predator animals have that. And just a thought that makes no sense, is not applicable at all, but it takes root firmly in the back of your head. You are being hunted.
Sir, you're being hunted.
All right. I do not know how Bill's focus would react to that. Can I get a judgment call from you, Sam, since I gave you its backstory?
I'm gonna say the focus begins heating up and vibrating in your mouth. It does not like this. You feel like a rush of adrenaline from like the feedback you have with it.
All right, Bill's kind of standing there fidgeting a little bit. And he will very, very carefully incline his head as a hello there.
You hear the nameless Midnight Crew members. They're just kind of circling, walking in lockstep around you guys. And the voices echo, one coming from another side, one coming from the other. It's someone new. Hope they're here for a good time. They stop, they pirouette and bow and go, how can we help you today?
Bill kind of looks at Propulsion, a little more nervous about this situation than he remembered being.
Bob, I think you're muted.
I was.
Seth, that is a very incredibly powerful thing you've just posted. I don't mean to derail, but my God. With this new knowledge, Bill will attempt to pirouette back.
Make a perform check.
Performance under which?
Charm.
Well, shit.
Propulsion's not going to do much better.
You know what? Bill really wants this. I'm going to spend some willpower.
More like some Bill
You
power.
can spend up to 2 to get 2 bonus dice.
Well, can't I go further?
So willpower takes the same slot as taking your time.
Ah.
Is that? I feel like this is a recent development that we've started that. Is that something you hadn't realized before? Or you
It is
just trying to
something I
balance stuff?
hadn't realized before, but I also
Gotcha.
don't think we've ever actually gone above 2.
I got 2
I
7s.
super have.
Oh, that's not good. You said 2 7s?
Yes.
Alright. A bit stiff, but you get into the motion of it. You're good enough in a fight that you know how to move your weight, you know how to rock it. So you, with a heavy step, do a pirouette, turn, bow, and you hear a few golf claps, even though none of the Midnight Crew here are clapping.
I mean, that just kind of tracks, to be honest.
All right.
Propulsion's just gonna stand there really confused and go, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I thought I was just getting a tour. I have other business
In a sense, then,
needs to be taken care of.
your chaperones will escort you in. They stand in a single file line or double file line facing each other. They both rows do a bow and make an alleyway for you guys to go towards. As the darkness fades away, you see these. It's like a dance floor with electronic lights, almost squares appearing in the darkness, leading into the distance.
Animal, what the actual fuck?
It gets weirder.
As Bill walks down this alley, he's going to ask, Animal, well, how come your presentation up top isn't this good?
Because the best of us got stuck down here. let's be real here. The only people who were tied enough to the Midnight Crew to get affected this bad by the dead name were those who were ride or die. This was everything to them. The only reason Corey's not down here is he had too much shit outside of the Midnight Crew for him to, disappear effectively.
Bill gives a solemn nod and says, "Well, it's a goddamn shame, is what this is."
Yeah, it is. There's a reason we have him train us. And as you guys get to the end of the alleyway, the pathway splits into a series of green tiles and a series of red tiles. It makes a perfect T fork in the road. And you see Jeremy going, "Oh, I think we have to split up."
All right, which path do you recommend here?
Well, I mean, we could stick together, I guess. He looks at Bill and Propulsion for what you guys want to do.
Well, as intriguing as this all is, I'm still worried about the uncertain time crunch with the flotilla. How long does this normally take?
As long as you want to be down here, it's basically until you break.
Oh. Well, that's not happening anytime soon.
I mean, you can leave whenever. I know Corey does.
Bill interprets something about this situation and goes up, claps the hand of Propulsion's shoulders, "All right, Propulsion, I know this ain't usually helpful, but I would appreciate if you could keep calm here. This is a situation that's a little more complicated than the last few times this happened."
No, Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Because that never crossed my mind. I was more so concerned about the flotilla, and also me breaking isn't happening anytime soon. So...
Bill is very concerned now because if Propulsion hadn't been thinking what he thought Propulsion was thinking, he's now given Propulsion the idea, so this situation now has a few extra caveats and time constraints. Bill just kind of gives a really sickly, sweet smile and very carefully disengages, not looking at Propulsion.
This has none of the telltale signs of someone's fucking mindscape. This is just, hey, reality's fucked, which is a thing that happens normally in this city.
Bill calms down enough hearing that Propulsion is calm in this situation that he breathes for the first time in about 15 minutes.
Impressive.
Animal's going to check his suddenly existent wristwatch and go, "Guys, I don't mean to rush you, but our break ends in 5 minutes. We have to hurry this up."
Alright, then let's just get back up so you don't get in trouble for us being down here.
Someone has to go in for everyone else to leave.
Alright, I think I'm the fastest, right? I'll go.
Bill says, "Wait, Propulsion, Bill just follows you."
Alright. You know what? With that steadfast... are you going the red or green path, actually?
Let's go red.
Alright.
Let's try and outmaneuver
As
the psychology
steps on
of the
red,
situation.
it lights up as he steps on it, and as Bill steps on it, you begin falling through the floor.
I'm gonna grab Bill and start flying.
You fly him straight up. It's amazing. It's like as soon as you stepped on it, the floor became solid to you. It looks as if there's just open air there as far as Bill is concerned.
Bill will kind of brush himself off once propulsion puts him down, and then go very carefully try to put some small amount of weight on the green path.
Green lights up. It reflects off of you. You are on the green path.
So
Propulsion has chosen the red path. Bill has chosen the green path.
okay, I just want to know, like out of game, metagaming this a little bit, is the red path working for me because I have fire-based powers, and the green path working for Bill because Bill has crocodile powers or alligator powers, whatever the fuck. Or is it just because we were the first ones to step on it?
Sam, don't break. Don't answer.
Tell you what, if you can figure it out based on what you learn here, I will give you an experience point.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
See you guys. We'll be done this whenever we're done this.
All right.
Have
so
fun with the end of your break.
as you guys, they nod, wave at you guys, and it's like a spotlight goes off. They are gone as you guys just go down your path. As you walk down the path, the squares fade away, and you lose sight of each other. Bill, as you walk up to your door, it's an employee door. It's a service entrance, but there's still a guard in front of it. It's a member of the Midnight Crew, relaxing. He's gonna stop and go, "Whoa, buddy, I need to see ID."
Let me see. What does Bill have in his inventory that could look like that? Okay, Bill will start going through his pockets at that. Pulls out a knife, different knife, reaches for a flask, kind of looks at it, offers a bit to the guy while he's still looking.
Not on the job, sorry.
Fair enough. He keeps going. Eventually, he comes to a little sock that he puts on the tooth when he sleeps. It does say it found return to Bayou Bill. And he offers that, because that's the only thing he has that actually has his name on it.
He's gonna look at that and go a bit unusual. He's gonna nod and go, unconventional, but we do accept dual citizenship certifications. What brings you into town today? He says as he's looking over the sock as if determining if it's fake.
Wait, Tom, you just broke your own rule about fairies.
That's chivalry's rule. That doesn't belong to Bill.
So what brings you into town?
Listen. Earlier, like, I want you to know the entire time you and Amp were at the flotilla, Bob, it's like Bill was Bill was wherever he lives, fucking sharpening your infosec medallions.
That's all they're good for. All right, what's propulsion goes up to a main entrance, like big doors, lights, music. 2 guards there. One goes up to you. Hey, sir. Welcome to the dark rooms. I'll need to see some identification.
Propulsion's just gonna pull out Johnny's switchblade.
Very good, sir, but it has to be yours.
Worth a try. Puts it back, takes off a glove and hands it to him.
Normally we don't take security certificates, but it works. So what brings you into town?
A certain metallic problem.
You're looking for iodine. Got it. All right. He hands you back the glove and lets you in. The doors swing open as you walk into the darkness. Bill, what's your answer to what brings you into town?
Bill say, who was that?
That was Derek.
Okay.
Ignore that. Unrelated.
All right. Bill will say, well, I was here to discuss some business with an acquaintance of mine. He went down your red brick path. I attempted to follow him and fell through. So I went down the green brick path because that still seemed to work.
Sir, if you're high, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We don't allow outside substances in the dark rooms.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really understand exactly what's going down here. I have a focus that doesn't necessarily like this area, but I did need to speak with some of the people in there. Yeah, some of the people who live down here.
He's gonna nod, he's gonna put a hand on your shoulder and go, I'm not gonna disagree that you seem like you need help. But do understand that if you start anything, we are gonna throw you out.
I mean, I wouldn't
You're
expect
not
anything
making a lot of
less.
sense here.
Can I use like hyper perception or scrutiny on my own memory to think a little bit more about what happened with the green brick and red brick paths?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I have I got 2 hyper perception and 2 2 hard dice of perception and 2 hard dice of scrutiny. Let me actually roll to see if I can get to 3 10s. Oh wait, do you prefer scrutiny or...
Scrutiny would be better here.
Okay. I get 3 10s.
You get the impression that you're not quite in the time you think you are.
All right,
This man doesn't seem to know about foci or powers or anything about metaphysical green bricks.
Bill will say then, I don't think I'm quite when I was before I walked into this area.
Tell you what, there's a guy named Corey. Just go up to the back office. I think you're here for him.
Let's do the time loop again.
Let's do the time loop again.
So, Bill will actually keep his mouth shut and just nod at that and go to follow.
You go in, the darkness consumes you, and we're gonna cut back to the spirit of the unknown arriving
And
at the candy shop.
s'mores. Oh, okay. S'mores have been had.
No, the s'mores are just made. We're specifically... Gotcha, though. It's a double cut to the candy shop. Sweetsmith is finishing up the candy for getting Avery to
Excellent.
teleport them to the flotilla where Bats is.
Will we be able to do the seance tonight? Because holy fuck.
Possibly.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Chivalry, could you come over here a sec?
Chivalry sort of toddles on over.
Excuse me.
I need you to relay something to Quartz for me. I do need him to understand that they're not actually staying there until the flotilla raid happens. They were going there to fight someone. Sorry, didn't say fight. To talk with someone. They're not supposed to be really fighting, and then they're coming back. And then also ask him if he would be interested in having another brief conversation with me. Because I have something I'd like to ask him that's a little bit more nuanced, and I'd like to do it myself if he'd allow.
Chivalry will bow and walk over to Quartz and take a look and see if Quartz is doing anything that would preclude him from having time to talk to Chivalry.
He is currently using his power to make very small, very finely made quartz sculptures, like figurines.
All right. Considering how regimented this fellow's time is, I'm not actually sure how to approach this. Do I just stand in his line of sight until he's done with his statue making time, or... Chivalry will look askance to Sweet Tooth and kind of imply, can you tell me if it's good to talk to him?
So he's gonna shrug and just I don't know how to talk to him any better. In the shrug communicate I can't talk to him any better than you can, man.
So Timekeeper was pulled back into this scene. He's gonna give you like a very shaky thumbs up, looking from Quartz to like everyone else.
Okay, Chivalry will then say, Excuse me, Mr. Quartz.
Oh, Chivalry, yes. What is it?
Sweet Tooth has a message to be relayed to you if you do not mind.
By all means.
He has said that those of us who are currently at the flotilla are not there to fight, they are just there to talk. And wait, Seth, what was the second thing you asked?
If he would, just for another brief time, drop the no talking thing, because I have a request that I wanted to communicate personally.
And
If he'd allow.
And he also asks if you might drop your geas against him for a moment, that he could ask you a more nuanced question.
Well, it's a consideration, but... And you see Quartz just freeze. Not like shocked, but like... You see grains of quartz coming from his fingers freeze in the air with him as you hear the ticking of Timekeeper's clock. Slowing down time. As you guys look towards the source of the sound, you see Dr. Cowboy winding the clock.
What? What the fuck is happening?
He's gonna go, I am so sorry, guys, but I had to step in. I've been here for about 30 minutes. Oh, by the way, he tosses Sweet Tooth a cog. Your security sucks.
Duly noted. Did you learn anything about this?
Appraisal gave it a once-over. When he shook some hands, when you guys made the deal, he got some info on it. Oh, also,
Yeah,
he throws you the 4 chart. Skater Kid can't tell the difference between you guys and a shapeshifter that looks exactly like you. We just kind of maimed them, and he gave it up no problem. You might want to harden him a little bit. Anyway.
Wait, is this... What number is on this one?
It's yours.
Okay.
He basically had his shapeshifter look like one of you guys, and then quote-unquote tortured them until Skater Kid gave it up.
Don't do that to Skater Kid.
Then don't make
It really
him
looks like he wants to goddamn cry and mutter something about it's like fucking Mr. Rogers shooting your dog.
Now, I need to step in because I do believe you are kind of misreading this gentleman here. I've worked with him very briefly in the past, but the behavior I kind of noted earlier. Are you guys familiar with helicopter parents?
I have gotten that
yes.
just from Quartz before, to be honest.
It's actually incredibly common in the post-awakening society we find ourselves in. Loss makes people cling to things much more firmly than they otherwise would. When I look at Quartz and how he reacts to bats, I see a helicopter parent panicking because their precious little baby is going off to college and out of their reach for the first time in memory.
Where did he even get a working flashlight?
What? Oh, Quartz. God, that's...
Yeah, like Avery's thinking now, it's like, surely that can't last terribly long. He would use that now is just further evidence of what you're describing.
No, he hasn't. It's from the Gear Boys. That's fine.
I think what you guys...
Sorry. Is Quartz frozen? Like, is he active right now?
Oh, I used the timepiece. Timekeeper looks horrified. He's like, what are you even using as the container? His clothes. Those have holes in them! What are you doing? He puts up a hand in silence. Don't worry, I know the cost. You do!
So, what...
So I would suggest, when I deal with helicopter parents, what you basically have to work them towards very slowly, very carefully, is the idea that independence is going to happen one way or another. No child stays under their thumb forever, and in fact, if they do, that's the bad situation.
I understand what you mean, but respectfully, do we think Bats is actually at a place where he could, like, the only reason he left in the first place is he had one conversation with a friend of ours. He seems very, very gullible.
And it'll be a hard lesson for him, but that's the job of the friends and people we meet in the world. Look, no one strides into independence confidently. No one makes it out on their own without a few scratches. The fact that Bats is sheltered is going to make this transition harder for him, but you can't keep a sheltered kid away from... You don't help a sheltered kid by keeping them sheltered, do you?
Oh.
Gonna shake my head no.
Same thing. In fact, the fact that Bats is going to struggle this much is only evidence of the harm that being so cloistered has done to him. Anyway, that's about all the time I have. I do have to leave.
Chivalry, relay that one.
What?
Relay that one instead.
I don't actually know what you mean, Seth.
Relay that message instead of the one I told you.
Dr. Cowboy is going to tip his wide-brimmed cowboy hat, wander off stage, and Quartz is going to resume. Deja vu. I'm sorry, Chivalry. What were you saying?
Good luck, Tom.
Chivalry is like at the idea that he could even coherently do this. The Quartz will get to see something that doesn't happen very often. Chivalry's pupils get a lot smaller because he's stressed. Which I'm assuming, because their googly eyes, is met with a goofy little farting noise.
Quartz is taking you absolutely seriously right now, even despite that. Full sincerity.
Well, Mr. Quartz, a blue sequin of sweat falls down Chivalry's forehead. Well, Mr. Sweet Tooth asked if you could drop your guess against him for a moment that he could ask you a more nuanced question. He seemed to have several things he wanted to talk with you about.
Tom, why?
Make a persuasion check for me.
Okay. In a moment when Quartz can't see Chivalry, will reach behind himself and give Sweet Tooth the finger.
All right. That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Chivalry has 0 charm.
Feels like a 0 chill as far as I can tell.
Doesn't he inherit? Oh, no, he wouldn't inherit.
Due to being as uncomfortable with Quartz as I assume he is, you can have 1 bonus dice, and 1 bonus dice for taking your time during the downtime. So 2 dice base.
Okay, and I'll spend 2 willpower to go to 4.
Yeah, okay, we'll change the taking your time bonus to good psychological advice from Dr. Cowboy advantage.
This is incredible. I have rolled 4, and I got 4 5s.
What?
Quartz is gonna mull it over, and he's gonna nod and go, Sweet Tooth, I feel as if I may have been a bit off the mark when I initially assessed your character. Consider our prior arrangement concluded.
Thank you.
Chivalry is shocked at that. He did not expect this to work at all. Much less worse to the extent that the guess would be completely removed.
I'll actually admit, you probably had a good read on me at the time, but I've grown a bit since then. So, again, thank you. I have 2 questions. The first one, you're not going to like either. The first one I'll broach is, you seem rather concerned about him going into combat. And we've already paid him to do that. Would you like to take his place when the fight comes?
Honestly, I'd like to not be involved. And it's not just him being in a fight. I'm worried about him, period. He's never had the best idea of how to go out in the world. He needs someone to look after him, you know?
Well, he's with people right now, and if he's never had the best idea of how to go out into the world, then don't you think what he needs to do is go out into the world so he can get his own idea of it?
He'll get hurt. No.
That's how you learn.
Make a persuasion check. Gain 1 bonus dice from your initial point from saying, you got a good read on me, but I've grown, because that gives idea that you can become a better person through, like, the shit you've gone through. And gain a bonus dice because we're going to treat this as Dr. Cowboy aiding you. So you're going to start with 2 bonus dice on this persuasion check.
Give me a second. I forget where I put Sweet Tooth's sheet. I've usually been getting it from the recents, and it's not there because I have a bunch of other stuff open. There it is. Okay. I'm going to spend 2 willpower. Okay. So, I have 3 charm. I don't actually have persuasion, but you said I got 1 bonus dice from what I said, and 1 bonus dice from
Dr. Cowboy's peak cycle.
Dr. Cowboys. And then 2 from willpower. So that is 7. Let's hope this works. That is 3 4s.
Let me think about Quartz's stability here. You know what? No, he's not even gonna roll. He's gonna consider what you've thought honestly and fully, because it does apply to stuff he's been through. He's gonna think for a second and go, look, before, in a normal fucking world, I would agree with you, but we live in the city. This is not a place that accepts mistakes or missteps without disproportionate retribution.
You accepted my misstep.
He's going to go quiet at that. And he's going to just go, and what are you proposing I do exactly? Just let him go?
Yes. Keep an eye on him, sure. You can have Charlie have Charlie let you know what's going on with him. He has the vision to keep you posted. And don't interact unless he really needs it, because I think what he really needs is to get out. According to Chivalry, when he found him, he was sitting over a picture sobbing. And that's... I know you want to protect him, but are you really helping him if that's what he's doing?
Quartz is going to think it over and go, in that case, you should probably go to the flotilla without me. Even if I agree with you, I won't be able to stop myself from intervening.
Get a nod at that.
I'll be here at the candy shop.
We'll make sure he doesn't hurt himself. Or if he does, we'll make sure he does it in a way that he can come back from and learn from, instead of, well, permanently crippling himself.
He's going to chuckle at that and go, good save. And he's going to immediately begin rewriting his schedule.
Whoa.
And that's when the Spirit of the Unknown lands.
I do have a quick
Does it
thing for
land, or
Chivalry to
does it
say.
smash into a nearby
Sweet
building?
Tooth is going to sprint to the Spirit of the Unknown.
I do have something that Chivalry needs to say to Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
He's gone. Unless you're running to catch up with him,
This
he's
can be
gone.
before the Spirit of the Unknown shows up. It's like landing.
So when Quartz, I'm imagining, wanders off to some other part of the warehouse or just wanders off enough away that Chivalry can say something to Sweet Tooth without Quartz hearing. You can't ask me. You just can't ask me to talk about helicopter parenting. Especially not to Quartz. The only example I have is the lad over there, and he points over to Avery, who's still a little weepy about the Mr. Rogers thing. It's just not a good example.
Sorry
Especially
about
not to
that.
Quartz.
Sorry about that. I'll think a little bit more before I try and dump things on other people.
Thank you.
How hard did the Dr. Cowboy thing hit you, Tom?
No, I just thought it was funny, but the idea that Avery is broken up over it is even funnier.
Okay,
Like
now
the idea that it hit him like a bag of hammers rules.
Okay, now the Spirit of the Unknown lands. You guys see Dr. Cowboy walking out from the candy shop. He gives you a wave, falls into a puddle of darkness, disappears completely.
All right.
Yeah, so sprinting to the Spirit of the Unknown.
Alright, you guys meet up.
Does Captain Dumont see that he is sprinting to the Spirit of the Unknown?
Yes.
Captain Dumont will twirl a rope over his head and cast it down to him.
Gonna scurry up and look to find Oslo, specifically.
Is Oslo on the ship?
Yeah, Oslo is on the ship still. He is mulling it over and going, well, I was teleported out in the middle of the fight, so I guess... No, my contract is not completed. I still have to help you guys in the fight. Alright. Yeah, I'm still here.
Charlie's like nodding and thanking him.
Like, technically speaking, in his mind, he did not complete the tenets of the contract he offered you guys because he was teleported out in the middle by the incense.
Yeah, I was actually legitimately worried about that. And immediately after the session, I had meant to inquire about him, but that slipped my mind until just now. Hey, Oslo, maybe don't go in the candy shop right now. Bye. And I'm gonna scurry back down.
Oslo's gonna go...
Okay, then.
Alright. He's gonna get very solemn. He's gonna get very, serious and go, alright. Taboo territory. Noted. Understood.
Gonna peek my head back up, just for right now. It's fine other times, and then go back down.
Absolutely taboo. Understood.
Alrighty then.
He's never told a joke in his life, but he's still one of the funnier NPCs.
I so appreciate whaler culture right now. Charlie knows that Sweet Tooth potentially just averted a war.
It's like, who does Oslo hate the most in the world? The Rovers and everyone from Chernob's group. Who's in the candy shop right now?
The Rovers and who I would imagine is the strongest member of Chernov's group, bar Chernov.
Okay. So, you guys meet up. The candy for teleporting to the flotilla is ready.
Man, do we need this?
I mean, it would be extremely fast. I don't remember what specifically this candy was supposed to do.
It was supposed to enhance your teleport, I'm going to say that pointing at Avery, so that we could get to the flotilla a lot faster. Hello?
I mean, out of character, I don't remember how it works.
It just
I
boosters.
forget. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
I don't know if we actually need to go, though, because, The reason we were going was to get
You did
bats.
promise to keep an eye on bats. He is at the flotilla still.
Charlie can do that from here. But yeah, we can send. Who wants to go to the flotilla? Sweet Tooth kind of doesn't want to do field work because he did enough of that at the start of the game.
I mean, Chivalry will raise his hand and say, if the lad's going, I'm going.
Who else is here? So we have the people in the Spirit of the Unknown. Do I want to send Dumond?
Huh? Dumond will be there.
Mr. President?
Huh?
Charlie can help from the candy shop.
Deputy Citizens Militia Cyborg comes in like, man, what a shit. Oh, hey guys.
Hey, we need to talk in the near future. But do you want to go to the flotilla and keep an eye on a friend of ours?
Keep an eye on, he winks.
Hey, out of game, is he missing an eye?
Yeah, one's a cyborg eye.
Nice. Finger guns.
You know what? Sweet Tooth has probably done this to Charlie like 10 times, so it probably doesn't even hit him at this point.
So wait, are we preparing to go to the flotilla?
Ask him if you want to.
No, sorry, that was an out-of-game question. Are we preparing to go to the flotilla?
I think some of you were going on a short reconnaissance mission there to pick up the other members and then come back.
Yeah. And considering there's some fucked up shit going on there, we can expect to have to be involved in that.
Okay, then.
Okay. So as you guys prepare the candy to go to the flotilla, we cut back to the flotilla as Sal Jr. is being healed up. He just goes, okay, this is a dowsing rod. You ask it a question and it'll point towards the answer. It's not the most accurate, and I can't make that many at once. But if I ask, who attacked me there, it points to the sky. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Carry on.
The skyscraper at 3
I'll be back.
o'clock in relation to you guys. There. The talent doing it is in that skyscraper, but he tilts it sideways. I can't get a good read on what floor they're on.
I'm not very perceptive, so I'm gonna just look with my 2 dice, I guess.
All right, we'll treat this as being aided, so you get 1 bonus dice.
Okay, 3 dice. A 5, a 3, and a 9. No matches.
So close to a lucky break.
A rule we've never used. You peek your head up for just a second. A little spear of iron pierces one of the sandbags. You have to duck your head right back down. He goes, yeah, I can see why this would be difficult. Do you know where your friend went?
I do not know, but he is
You
way
can
better
just
at
see
looking.
me grabbing onto like one of the ropes and hanging off of the building, looking around.
You guys can't see they're under the sandbags. They can't see
Oh.
too well. Tell you what, if you have no ideas, Sal Jr. does have an idea, but I want to confirm. You good for this round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sal Jr.'s gonna nod. He's gonna sprint towards a nearby wall, do a kick off of it, and flip and go. He's gonna seek Harinade in one of the suspended diving belts. He's gonna point at that building and just gesture up and down the floors so you know what building it's in. He's narrowed it down to about like 10 floors.
I'm gonna get a running start and jump across into one of the windows.
All right, make an athletics check for me. Now, downside, like you notice the spears coming out of the little drop of blood, uh, can't reach Sal Jr. That seems to be why he did that specific maneuver. You see cracks form in the wall he just jumped off of as 4 more iron spears impale him.
I'll heal him again. Just gonna run support again.
The meat closes in over the spikes, breaking them as he falls about 10 feet. Uh, back into the range of the iron blood. So
You're really good at taking a lot of hits.
I love that technically this is all Chris's fault.
How is this my fault?
Because you told the
the
kid to
blood-
stop smoking.
Yeah.
So Chris,
That's beautiful.
Most things are your fault,
you're
Chris.
going to have to do
I
multiple
tried.
actions endurance this round. One to staunch the bleeding again. One because you notice your fingers are starting to lock up. You're starting to feel a bit of weight in your bones and burning in your veins.
Oh.
You're noticing like from that area in your chest, like your veins are starting to turn black a little bit.
Delightful.
Yay. Okay, so what do you want me to roll again?
You're gonna need to make one endurance check to again staunch the bleeding, and you're gonna have to multiple actions it because you're gonna need to staunch the bleeding and fight off whatever has happened, like what you're guessing is heavy metal poisoning.
1 sec. I might be okay.
Also, what's your
1
mind
second.
at?
My healing has duration on it, Sam.
Okay, heavy metal poisoning isn't going to deal damage. It's going to inflict debuff.
I know, but that's for the other stuff.
Oh,
The
okay.
bleeding. The
Okay, in
bleeding
that
should be
case,
sealed,
Yeah,
correct?
the healing is sealed. In that case, you'll need to make one.
I don't have good endurance. Can I use command again? Because I've
Yep, You
over.
can always use in command instead of body for endurance checks because you have so much of it.
3 8s.
All right, you managed to like pop your knuckles, get your hands back working again. You still feel like a burning in your bones, but it's not impeding you in any major way. You look at Salazar, half the face where he was punctured and then healed. You notice it's turned black and is half caved in already, but he's back on his feet and moving.
2 10s for my athletics roll.
All right, you guys see Carronade vault off the suspended diving bell, fall about 30 feet, and just plow through a plate window. You hear screams as people like stumble back. Let me just do a roll real fast. 4. Yeah. All right. Okay. So you burst in, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they failed their stability check. You see a redheaded lady in like very fitting flotilla clothing flick her arm, and you see an Iron Legion wrist blade just come out fully red, singeing, and she's going to charge you. We start.
I'm just going to level my cannon at her.
All right, quick draw moment. We're both gonna roll. I need to look up the Mark II stats. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay. I got 5 10s. What did you get?
For the attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just. Six sevens.
All right. How much damage does your thing do again with the rebuild?
With the rebuild, give me a second. Um. It's penetration 2. It has a +2 on the attack. So that'd be 8 damage to whatever. With 2 penetration, engulf, area, and radius.
Okay. I think from the window clearing out, everyone got more than 10 feet away, so I don't think anyone's going to die from. Any civilians are going to die from this. The Iron Legion member, on the other hand, is going to have to burn 2 base will to get enough willpower to survive this.
Just a thunk and explosion.
You said it had area, right?
Yep.
All right. You notice that the armor underneath her clothes is breaking open. Both blood and red hydraulic fluid spraying everywhere. Knocks a dice off of her attack down to 4 tens. But that's still 7 killing to your head as she gets one swipe in before her armor bursts and you see her start to become disemboweled by her own metal. It has a penetration 3.
You said 7 damage?
7 killing damage, penetration 3. It has 3 attack levels, 3 penetration.
I'm going to burn 7 willpower to take 1 shock to the head.
I'm not sure
That'd be
you can
7
spend
shock to the
willpower
head.
to downgrade the. It would be you would do the armor first and then spend willpower.
I don't have any armor.
Oh wait, how are you doing? It's 7 killing with the.
Yeah, spending 1 willpower turns a 1 point of willpower turns 1 point of killing into shock, and then returns all shock into
No,
reduces all shock to 1, right?
No.
No, that's sorry.
You're thinking
that's-
light armor.
Yeah, I am. I'm buying off the damage with willpower. I'm not having a repeat of Raoul.
Okay. So remember, killing takes 2 points of willpower to buy off.
Ah. I spend 8 to buy off 4, and I have my healing factor.
Okay. Oof. So you win the quick draw. You get a pretty serious gash across the face and throat. But you stand there and she doesn't. Her blood is pooling along the floor. Now you didn't see the metal spike out of the wall, but if you did, you would realize something right now. There was no blood in that wall as far as you could tell, so why were there iron spikes coming out of it? You see the blood on the ground begin to pool and fizzle as 3 iron spikes impale out of it. I believe it should be 3. Give me 1 second. Alright. That's going to be a width of 3 to the head, a width of 3 to, 6 would be right arm? Okay, so you're going to take... Oh, in that case, make it actually just 2 spikes. You're going to take 3 to the head and 3 shock and killing to the head, 4 shock and killing to the right arm. The amount
Hey, what speed is your healing factor?
3 hit locations a turn.
So it triggers on 3.
So it would heal you before the head one hits, I think.
That's still 3 shock and killing. So, if this is a new round of combat...
No, it's a contingent power.
Okay. So I can't dodge this.
What I was asking is if your heal went off before that, which is very important.
I would rule that he is healed before the spike hits him. So you heal 3 shocking killing to your head. The 4 killing heals off completely. And then the 3 shocking killing hits your head. This only has a penetration of 1, though.
I still don't have any armor.
I know, but in case you find a way.
All right. I'm not dying. I'm burning a base roll.
Oh, fuck. Hold on, does Amp want to yell out words of encouragement or some shit to gift willpower?
I have 7 base will. I'm good.
Okay.
1 second. I might have something. I could just run the cords and just destroy the area. Would that help?
Is there a modifier for a power that you can give it that makes it so you can use it retroactively?
Not
That's like time travel.
really, unless it's like always on. It just was always on. You just forgot to say.
All right.
I think it would be kind of hilarious to be able to use knickknacks and curiosities retroactively. Oh no, I already gave you something that will help in these circumstances.
No.
I'm going to jump off of the spikes.
All right, yeah. As long as you survive, these things are very flimsy. You can break right through these with your body.
I'd rather not leave parts of them inside of me.
Oh, then the heal will force.
Which is why I am getting off of them in a way where I'm just sliding off.
All right, yeah, you slide right off. I'm not going to require a roll for that.
I'm just going to yell, "Clear the floor."
The civilians are scattering. The issue is, it looks like these are covert talents. The Mark IIs, it looks like they are basic enough that they can be worn under civilian clothing.
I'm going to grab the ledge and swing myself down and kick in the glass on the next floor and go in there.
All right. You see Sal's Jr. fall out of the elevator on your floor.
Hey.
He gets up. His arm is a red and black bloated mess from the heavy metal poisoning, and half his face is slowing or collapsing in. He goes, "Hey." He throws you the dowsing rod. "Ask who stabbed you."
Who stabbed me?
It points straight up, and it looks like it's following someone exactly.
Cool. I'm going to find the stairs.
Make a navigation check.
Jesus Christ. Would have been easier to just jump out the window and onto the next floor.
Chris, I will say, Sal Jr. totally would have been cool with dragging Amp into the building. Did Amp follow him into the building, or?
Yeah, with the kid. I don't even know why I'm still holding this kid's hand, but I'm carrying them around so they don't get hurt.
The kid's like, "I have seen more combat than you. Get in there."
You'll be fine. Trust me. I'm an adult.
"Trust me." He grabs the pneumo rifle. "I'll lay down covering fire."
Wait, I thought Amp was supposed to be 17 or something.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm an adult. I take a huff of the cigarette.
All right. Amp is on the elevator. You can get off either on the floor Sal Jr. was at, or the floor you saw Karenade jump into.
Okay. The floor Karenade jumped into.
I got 2 sevens on my roll, by the way,
right.
Chris, Sam, whatever.
You get to the stairs. You see a somewhat portly man slide to a stop. Let me just roll his stability real fast.
I have a dowsing rod pointing right at him.
Yeah. Yeah, he flicks out his arm blade. Amp, you exit the elevator right to see him whip out his arm blade.
Uh, run the chords, which should be 6 dice each.
Okay.
Time to gate willpower, Sam.
Start rolling.
I'll post them in the chat as I get them.
I'm sorry I didn't make one for that one.
I'm
Not
going to
that you
throw the
use it.
dowsing rod at him.
So if I remember correctly, this is 5, like, sets of 5? Or 6?
If you throw
5,
a dowsing
6,
rod at
6.
someone, does it always hit?
I mean, whenever I throw something at someone, it does because of my power advanced trigonometry.
Sick.
So,
You know what? I should just make a Discord bot that knows how to roll for every talent in the server.
I got one really good roll. 4 6s, so 1, 2,
the
3,
4
4,
6s
5.
is the only one that hits. These guys have a heavy armor rating of 2.
It's okay. It has days and duration. And
Uh,
oh wait, no, it has non-physical. So if
yeah,
it's
then all of them
armor,
hit.
if
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
any
yeah.
armor, then
Hey,
no.
do those have spray?
Oh wait, one of them does. The first one has spray, so it's 2 5s, 2 3s for the first one.
Okay.
That's the only one with spray.
You see this man just fucking explode as he's blasted through the wall and falls 20 stories to his death.
I look really shocked, like, fuck! That
I
wasn't
think-
supposed to happen.
Sam, I think my advanced trigonometry goes off first because it has 3 wiggle dice and 2 points and go first.
Okay, this man's cut in half as God is my witness.
So he explodes twice. God, I love combat powers.
So there was a chance he was actually going to be able to spend willpower to survive all of that? No, not anymore. So the crew arrives coming out of the water with Avery's teleport to see a man burst out of a skyscraper in bloody chunks. You just hear Karen Aid yell, "I love combat!"
Fuck.
Nothing like getting the blood pumping at. What time is it?
It's like 4 in the afternoon.
Ah, good.
I
I
like
don't
to
need to
think
take my
Salazar
nap.
said that.
Ah, good. I don't need to take my nap.
I take another.
All right.
I take another hit of the cigarette and then I pass it to the kid.
The kid's on the ground floor. He still has a sniper rifle aimed on this
Oh,
building.
sorry, I thought he was with me. I don't know why.
I don't mean to be that guy. Speaking of time, do you have work tonight, Sam?
I do, but I agreed to come in late because I was supposed
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Yesterday. So, the group meets up. You guys see one of the most fucked up looking people you've seen in a good minute. Ribs, he's just shoving back into place. He has like a tarp bandage covering half his face with a metal poisoning, and he goes, "Hey, I'm Salvador. Acting
Just
leader
call him
of
Sa-
this settlement. How can I help you guys?
Just call
Are
him Sal
you
Jr.
all right?
Heavy metal poisoning, but if he whips out the dowsing rod, ask where they are. As we can see, they are running. So right
Hey,
now,
I'm-
I'm very good.
Hey, Charlie is going to write on Carinade's arm in very thin glass to give Sal one of the healing candies.
I'm just going to like walk off to the side, pull out the glass ball, and mutter into it. I don't want them to know that we're related. I'll give you one of mine if you give him one of yours. We're doing some tricksy shit right now. Don't mention us.
Charlie is not there, but okay.
Wait,
You
so
right.
then how did he write in glass? Whatever.
Because I assume he can see your arm from
Yeah,
the glass
yeah,
rod.
yeah. Okay, yeah. But you know, Guy,
Salchi
I'm
just
just gonna.
coughs up a mix of iron powder and blood. And he goes, so, I have to warn you, things are a bit unstable around here if you're looking to trade. How
What
can
the
I?
hell has happened here? Like, what have we just rolled up on?
Iron Legion assault happens every day.
I'm just gonna like be in the background and like cut my hand across my throat as in a gesture of "Don't mention me."
From what I can gather, they're trying to assassinate my father. We do look very similar. But every day they come for me, every day they fail.
Do you need help now? Avery kind of looks down at how shattered this guy's entire fucking torso is.
If you have a healer, I'd appreciate it.
I mean, I can help with that. Avery will take out some needle, thread, and
So Sal
okay.
Jr., assuming you're just going to do some stitches, just sits down and like halfway passes out.
All right. So, what fabric is this guy's shirt made out of?
Flannel.
Perfect.
Stylish.
Okay. Does he look wounded enough that I think cutting the shirt off would just really hurt him?
The shirt is about 90% blood. It's just wet cloth at this point.
But it's still cloth?
Yeah.
Okay, so then using a thing
Flannel.
so then using a thing that is sort of a flaw I didn't think about when writing Puppet Alms, Avery will just start sewing the shirt to Salvador.
Sell me this pen.
You see the shirt roughly gets a 6-pack before his beer belly subsumes it again.
For a brief, gruesome moment, this man's entire body is like Jotaro's hair.
Yep, that one's going in quotes.
So I will say, Puppet Alms has horrifying on it, right?
Yes, yes, it does.
You hear a
It
very
doesn't.
stern voice behind you go, I'm going to need you to explain what you're doing to my son.
Avery looks horrified. It's a healing power. I can take fabric, and if I attach it to a person's body, they'll reabsorb it as skin and fix whatever wounds they have underneath it.
So you see Salazar has 3 snipers trained on you. You're going to have to make a persuasion check.
Okay. Did the flotilla have a cultural thing about the voice?
No.
Okay. Let me just roll a full set. Four eights.
He's going to look at you. He's going to raise his hand. The snipers will go off. Take their aim off of you, and say, then by all means continue. Don't let me stop you.
Very well.
The rest of you,
he will need a new shirt.
we're a salvaging community. We have shirts.
Avery will do the cartoon as and kind of go back to work sewing the shirt to Salvador.
The rest of you, what brings you here? He's gonna look at Charlie and the rest and go, "What brings you here?"
Charlie did not come.
Oh wait,
Charlie stayed.
Sorry, not Charlie. Dumond came, right?
I think I was trying to send Dumont, Mr. President, Avery, and Chivalry.
He's gonna look at Dumond.
Are there any? Wait, am I there?
I thought you were. Were you not?
Are there any Windows?
There are windows, yeah.
Captain Dumont bursts in through a window.
The
No,
snipers
outside.
immediately snap to you. Then they look at you and go, "Oh, it's Captain Dumont." Okay,
Never
no,
fear,
he's here to help.
I am here.
I have a very important question about timing, Derek. Did
Yes.
you jump through the window after finding it, or did, as a result of Avery's teleport, you just appear coming through the window?
I'm not sure that's an applicable question.
You know, still water is much like a window.
There is a window. Captain Dumont needs to be in the scene.
So
And therefore,
we work backwards from the solution.
Wait, that means that with Charlie's help, you can have a teleport power.
We'll figure that one out later. But Salazar lowers his hand as he looks at Captain Dumont with an appraising look. You're Captain Dumont. You're the hero.
recognized again.
You did some fine work with the Moon Kaiser, but I heard you were a bit of a loose cannon.
Nonsense! None of my cannons are loose. They're firmly affixed to my ship.
What I'm saying is, we don't need a wild man here. Have you come to
I'm not a wild man, though I think I have one in my hold if you'd like to see him.
He squints at you, nods appraisingly. Oh. Judge an unknown piece by the quality of its company. He looks over to Mr. President. You seem the officious type. What brings
Yeah.
you here?
Here to offer goods and service.
Here it serves.
I know you're not a traitor. Don't.
Well,
We've been over
the
this.
goods
before,
and services would be helping with defense.
Captain Dumont will slam down a briefcase full of watches and say, "You dare tell me I'm not a traitor? I have many fine goods and services." One of the
You,
watches will
I
go
believe.
destroying, and its back will come off, revealing something that says "Made in Taiwan."
Captain Dumont's been rocking a side thing with fucking selling fake Rolex this entire time?
If you look closely,
Yes.
it actually says "Made in Taiwan" squared, and none of you are sure what that means.
So I don't want this
no.
to be a political
Says-
thing, but what happens if you square an imaginary country?
It says "Made in 3 Portlands."
Ooh,
That's what it
there we
says.
go.
Yeah, made in 3 Portlands.
So he's gonna stop and go, okay,
There
you
goes
I
all the
actually
viewers we
believe.
got.
He's gonna look at Mr. President and the toy soldiers going, you reek of PMC.
Sam, what is
Right?
PMC?
Private military contractor.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Dumont is not a private military contractor because he's never been paid for violence in his
He
life.
spreads his hand. Just open with that. You mercenary types don't need to do the PR. We want what you're selling. Going rate, do you want in?
Yeah. Oh, Sam, what was the going rate they said for him?
12,500
good job,
per
Mike.
fight.
And we said that was a good rate? I can't.
No.
It was fair according to the streetwise check you made.
Alright, I'd like to make a streetwise check with my hard dice.
Go for it.
One second. Just checking what my mind is. 2 dice. That will be 510.
So the going rate for like security work is 12,500. In an active war zone, you should be getting at least 30,000 per fight.
Alright. We're looking about 40,000 per fight. Is that per person too, Sam?
That would be per like combat talent. If someone doesn't have
Per combat talent.
20,000 for like a talent that kind of doesn't, has maybe some utility.
So, like Charlie.
Yeah.
So, like, Mr. President, Captain Dumont, all of Captain Dumont's people,
Chivalry.
chivalry,
So minions
Avery.
and familiars are counted as one. So, like, Mr. President, despite all his soldiers, would just be one guy. Chivalry and Avery would be counted as one. Dumont would be counted with his crew because he's a vessel. He might get a bonus, but...
Isn't it specifically made so that you can't tell that the crew members are minions? Because I thought Charlie didn't know that because it was
It
obscured.
would be... So, how it would be treated is it would be like... You would be offered the initial rate, and if you wanted to negotiate up to, like, your own private military contractor rate, you could. But when you see a magical ship and a captain from nowhere, you're going to assume some magical bullshit is going on and play it safe.
Well, he's not from nowhere.
He's a perfectly normal individual from a perfectly normal place. And I hope you don't ask me to make one up on the spot because I don't
So
think I
basically what it would be like is he's going to offer Captain Dumont specifically the rate, and Captain Dumont would have to counter with like, well, you know, my crew and my ship have expenses, and then he would counter with like, okay, but your crew's not you. They're there to run the ship. I'll pay you extra for the ship, and then back and forth, and then it would be like...
Then again, we're arguing about Dumont, and I don't think he'd charge.
Who are we talking about helping?
The flotilla.
The
people who
flotilla.
are about to be raided by the Iron Legion and like
Yeah, but they're filthy rich and we're filthy poor.
Whose
They're not
glory
rich, they
is
just
Captain
have-
Dumont
they are throwing all of their
adventuring
money
for
at
right
this.
now? Whose glory is Captain Dumont adventuring for right now, Sam?
So I'm gonna say this. You know, Captain Dumont did have this entire thing with like self-actualization and getting bats into a good old like throwdown tussle might be like a good way of like burning off the fat and chaff, you know?
Okay.
If you want to do
All
this
right.
for bats, you can. You could also just do it because, hey, sometimes you need money.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't need money, but we need money. We're all poor.
Is a you problem, my friend.
So,
You should have just ignored all of this and acted like I was a part of your company and negotiated a flat rate, including me.
so Captain
that's what I'm
Dumont
doing
would
right now.
basically,
40
he would be doing it for his own glory, and more specifically, he would be doing it to destroy the glory that these fucking raiders have amassed somehow.
Who is Captain Dumont working for?
Sweet Tooth, kind of.
Well,
No. Captain Dumont is here to help his old friend Sweet Tooth, who has gotten into trouble.
he makes the world
Captain
a
Dumont
sweeter
does
place.
not. He does. Candyman can. Oh, wait. Who are we actually negotiating with?
Salazar, the current militia leader of the flotilla. Very severe-looking man, rail thin, has a bit of a widow's peak, a Vincent Price mustache.
Captain Dumont will sweep the briefcase full of watches off the table, stand forward with a firm look in his eyes, place his hand on Salazar's shoulder, and say, "My friend, I would not think of taking pay for aiding you in this glorious quest to free yourselves from the tyranny of these vile scum. I will aid you until it is over and done."
I'm gonna make a roll for Salazar real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, you're muted. All right. So Salazar is gonna nod and go. Now that's what I call neighborly spirit. He hands you a full goddamn pneumo rifle.
Yeah, Captain Dumont will rack it and or chamber it and or whatever is appropriate and put a determined look on his face as he stands at attention.
I'll have to make stats for that later because
Yeah.
I've kind of been doing it by ear for right now. But I'll get it to you. The rest of you goes, all right. We can't pay top shelf rates, but make a persuasion check for me, Chris.
Okay. I will not use hyper charm.
I appreciate it.
Good call.
Seems smart.
Well, I just don't want to be a dick.
I like how you've caught on. It's like, it's not illegal, but sometimes it's a dick move.
And I'm glad we're learning.
Wait, isn't it actually illegal in the hub?
It's illegal in some areas, not here, but like, it would be like using mind control to get like a better deal at a shop. It's like
4 7s.
Okay.
Why else does anybody take charm person?
All right, he's gonna go. You seem like a man who knows what they're worth. I'll be honest, we can't afford top dollar. We can't even afford mid-dollar. But for everyone present, we have... Would you agree to being on call? And if you answer the call, 40,000 pieces of 8 per head?
Sure.
All right. Deal.
Chivalry kind of whispers up to Avery, asking how much even is that. Avery gives his best explanation, and Chivalry nods incredibly enthusiastically.
Sam, that's per head of person that shows up, not per
No,
person
per head of
kill.
lettuce we bring.
So
No, because per head usually means per person you kill. And I figured Sam didn't mean that.
per head means every combat talent that shows up to the fight.
Got it.
Even the
That's what I
combat
thought you meant, but I just wanted to make this clear.
So this PMC works on salary, not commission.
It's kind of a commission. They're commissioning
Commission.
you to win one fight.
Yes, but we're not getting paid on commission.
Yeah, that's true. It's more like a buy order thing because they don't have that much money. So Sal's gonna nod at that. He's gonna go, okay. If you'll excuse me, have Carronade and Amp wandered their way over? Or are they still in the building?
I will wander my way over.
He's gonna look at you and go, excellent work. He's going to use his left hand. He's gonna point his right hand at your bag. You're gonna feel 12,500 pieces of 8 just appear in the bag. He's gonna do the
I
same.
love it.
He's gonna do the same for Carronade.
Oh my god, I have money. So 12,000 pieces of 8 already.
The Vaqueros come back from going full tourist mode and go, hey, we found this one, and they hold up a third person wearing a Mark II armor, bound and gagged. One of their arms is just gone.
Wait, what unit of money are we getting paid? The pieces of 8
Pieces
or the
of 8.
credits?
Pieces of 8. Sorry, I say credits because I've been writing Market Street a lot lately, and my brain's not properly adjusted back yet.
Because I was gonna say, it seemed like we were
It
dealing with
should
a
be-
shit ton of money.
It should be pieces of 8. It should be pieces of 8. I'm sorry if I said credits. I thought pieces of 8. I don't know if it made it to my mouth.
No, you've been saying credits pretty much this entire time.
Shit.
It's okay. It's been a running theme since the first time I played this game. Don't.
Yeah, you know what? Fair.
It was pieces of 8 the last time we talked about price. At first he said credits, and that's when I'm like, do you mean pieces of 8?
Have I
Yeah,
been saying
pieces of
credits
8.
this entire time?
Yes.
You said pieces of 8 once.
Shit. It's supposed
You
to
say
be-
credits a lot. We just hand wave it. We know what you mean usually.
Thank you guys. You are the best players. Jesus.
I've just been assuming that they were interchangeable.
Oh, that's worse.
Oh, so in the basis of the game, 1 credit is equal to 1 point to spend on a power in value.
Jesus.
It's, I believe,
Credits
equal
are worth
to,
a lot.
I forget the conversion rate. I'd have to look up my notes, which I don't want to do on stream, but I believe the conversion rate is 100 million pieces of 8 to a credit.
Aren't credits used?
100,000 pieces of 8 to a
100
credit?
million.
100 million pieces of 8 to a credit. Okay.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't the value of a credit used
So
to be
the fact
based
that
on
I've been
Bitcoin?
recording it as Captain
Yeah, but
Dumont
then
has
Bitcoin got
12,000
funky.
credits, should I correct that?
Yes, please.
No,
it's
it's fine.
supposed to be pieces of 8. God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You can go to Market Street and buy yourself a 12,000 point character.
Also, that was a joke. Captain Dumont doesn't use money.
Perfect.
That's how Alpha became so strong in version 1. We had like a number of credits, and Alpha's just like, oh, I can buy all of these things.
It was supposed to be for like minor upgrades on every character, and they're like, no, all on one. All on Alpha.
Okay.
Brutal.
We are going to make him the scariest motherfucker to walk this city.
And he is the most talked about talent from V1 by far.
Followed very far behind, I think, just because of how much I bring him up. No, Father Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Literally just because he beat people with his severed arm.
Gotcha. Yeah, Yep.
So we're
And
gonna.
Alex had.
I think my brain's starting to go. I think everyone else might be too. How about we call this session here? With the Vaqueros bringing up a hostage they managed to wrangle up. The
good.
third assassin.
It was so fun finally playing again.
Seems good to me.
They're earning their 100,000. Good. Good.
Anakin, good.
Haha, yes!
Yes.
Alright, so everyone gains an experience point.
Man.
I had did anyone figure out what the red and green meant?
Wasn't actually paying that much attention.
Yeah.
No, because we never went inside. Like the red went to the front entrance, which I assume is the red carpet. Maybe. And the green went to an employee entrance.
It's for the migrants.
Alright, this is
For the green cards.
This is a bad question. We're gonna do another question. Who had the best bit of the night? Like, who was funniest?
I think Captain Dumond, just because I'm not gonna hear you out. Here's a cannon. I'm gonna spend 3 minutes.
I think that whole scene. I think that
6
whole
minutes.
scene was really funny because the guy's stripping naked as Captain Dumont's slowly moving this giant gun towards him.
You know those fucking like hand crank wheels?
Yeah.
It was just one of those ever so slowly cranking this thing around.
Like logging back in to hear Derek say that all of a sudden this guy is completely engulfed by coruscating blue light was incredible.
Yeah, I don't know what you were there for, but that had a 6-minute build-up.
Yeah.
I came back for the punchline.
Alright, I'll get there
yeah.
at that point. Who stayed in character best this session?
What?
Who was most in character this session, you guys feel?
I kind of want to give that to Bob because of the thing with propulsion, and Bill trying to tell him, "Don't be scared of this mindscape, my son."
Propulsion's just like, this ain't a mindscape. Mindscapes are completely different from altered reality.
Yeah, I want to give it. I want to give it to Bob and propulsion for a frankly unexpected degree of self-understanding.
Everyone agree with that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Bob, experience point. Alright. Finally, let's see here. I need a fun question. What would be a fun question here?
Get a question from chat.
There was no chat. Like, nobody stuck around. I'm pretty sure.
I think what we were getting was those weird, like, trawler bots.
Yeah. No, they're still there. It's still the same 3.
Yeah, it dropped to 2.
Okay.
That or About W is really into the game.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. What's the worst thing we can say on Twitch that's still Hero Squad related?
Oh, I mean, that one's easy. I feel like we really just start talking about the leader of the Reichspower. Just
I'm pretty sure that would actually get, like, TNC struck, so...
We're killing Nazis, though.
yeah, like, they're the bad guys.
I would say it's a tie between that and like the like anything of or pertaining to the flesh sculptor.
Yeah. That's up
Nobody
there.
likes the flesh sculptor.
Plenty of
I was
people
having
like the
a
flesh
great time.
sculptor. At a distance.
With his tower crumbling around them after they punched a hole in it.
Like, the flesh
I don't
sculptor is
know.
the most uncomfortable I have ever been playing this game.
Yeah, I didn't... It took me a second to realize that everyone else was uncomfortable in that scene, and I was like, oh, no. I need
Yeah,
to
because
step
you're a
back.
freak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't feel bad making a flesh sculptor. That did exactly what I wanted it to do.
It was great.
Deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, he's with Cream. That's what it's supposed to do.
You guys
But
are
yeah,
getting way too comfortable around that group.
I feel like... I don't know. I'm gonna take a character assassination at Twitch, and I feel like they're more likely to knock us for talking about Flesh Sculptor.
Okay, I think that's a vote for
Oof.
one then. Anyone else have any other ideas, or do we want to vote between
No,
them?
see, you said that we could talk about on Twitch. I'm saying I don't think we can. I think we can get away with talking about the Reich.
You know what? You've caught me in my own verbal noose. Alright,
What?
because talking about the flesh sculptor will get us banned, so we can't talk about them.
I feel
There
like,
is no
speaking
flesh
of your
sculptor here.
what you just said there, I think the noose of hope is also pretty close to the edge.
Oh, it's a symbol of hope and joy that it's empty. Except for when it's not. Then it's a problem.
But
There is
usually
no
it's
flesh
empty,
sculptor.
and that means someone decided to walk away.
And
Yeah.
you're not really helping your case here.
But it's of hope. It's hope, Tom.
This is the fucking... Anyone have any other ideas, or do we want to start voting?
You know, to win this argument, would you like me to start explaining Zyklon B's power?
Okay, I think Seth gets the point. Does anyone else disagree?
I don't know what Cyclone B's power
Okay, we're not
is, so
explaining. I think that means Seth
agree.
gets the point. Not on stream. Don't explain it on stream.
I'd like to hear this.
No,
quickly before
okay.
you can stop stream.
Yeah, let me stop stream. Good night, everybody.